In this session, we're looking at the prophetic journey. Adding a video on a prophetic journey very, very explicitly in a previous time on this platform, on this channel. So you can go back and watch the part one of my video on the prophetic journey. This one is called Prophetic Journey, and I'm going to be giving exclusive attention to three parts or three junctions or phases in the prophetic journey. These three phases, every prophet that is going to be a global prophetic figure or a major prophetic figure must experience a tinge of it. That's have a taste of it in the course of the prophetic work, looking at the work of the prophets of the Bible. That's the contemporary prophets. Looking at the contemporary prophets deeply, you look past them into scripture and start picking up prophetic figures in scripture like Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Daniel, and you see these phases or their life worked through these phases that I'm about to talk about here. The first phase is the incubation period. God calls every prophet and sends you into incubation. Let's look at Jesus Christ himself. Let's look at him. He was due for ministry. And he came to John for baptism. That's about the Jordan River blood in Matthew chapter 3 and in verse 11. In fact, John said that one was coming up after me. Is he that is going to baptize you with fire and the Spirit. Pick those. So he came to be baptized by John. You expect that the moment he was baptized and John was referring to him as a greater prophet than himself, Jesus was going to be entering or jumping into working straight. Jesus was led, the Bible said in Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1, but he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to do what? To be incubated for the assignment, or to undertake the assignment for which he was sent, incubated for it. And to talk about John, the Bible said that the guy, John, remained in the wilderness until the time of his showing forth into Israel. What do you understand by that? He was in his incubation time. Moses being a prophet, looking at him from that time, he too had his incubation period. The moment someone anointed him, he was driven into the wilderness, so to say, by circumstance, including the harassment from the throne. That's the man on the throne by the name King Saul. So once God calls you into the prophetic, and this, by extension, concerns those who are called into the pastoral, evangelism, and so on in ministry. There's that time of incubation where you are allowed to develop in a sort of what might be referred to as Latin period. That's the first phase that you go through. During this time, you learn a lot. God begin to pass you through a lot of experiences. A lot of odds also come to be in this phase, and it's like everything that you thought would have happened in a hurry doesn't happen the way you expect them. Don't worry, it's a phase. The next phase now comes in when we talk about a calling out. The calling out can be very terrible. This time, it's not like things are difficult for you to do alone, as in the incubation phase where you are expected to be able to prophesy with 100% accuracy, and you're not already doing it, and you are beginning to doubt in your call. But in this phase of calling out, you are not able to prophesy. It goes beyond this. Not being able to heal or perform miracles or do 100% accurate prophecy. You are blank prophetically. Blank. I mean blank. So there's somebody perhaps who's watching me right now, and you're blank. You were seeing visions. You were seeing all kinds of visions. Let me say, inner vision, open vision, trances and dreams and all of that, and they were all coming from God and they were coming to pass. And then at this point in time, it's like the visions have all disappeared. Yeah, it's a phase in the journey, prophetic journey. It's a second phase that every prophet goes through. Some prophets, it's time is placed in a time, a frame. Prophet Shepherd Bishop said, for me, it was 1 year, 6 months. That's 18 months. He said he could not prophesy at all for 18 months. Nothing like prophecy coming out of him to anybody during the time. So after this phase comes a final stage that is called the installation phase. This is where God now launches you into the prophetic office. And installation phase begins a little by little, okay? From the calling out phase, you see that your visions start coming back. Your prophecies start coming back. That's when you are now passing, like you were flying and you are changing realms in the air. So you're beginning to see again. And you are not in the prophetic office yet because you are not able to see at will at the time yet. But the moment you are properly installed, you begin to see at will. This time you are not trying to fast and pray to see. You are not trying to read scriptures so that they can spark you up in prayers or begin to prophesy or to see. You're not trying to wait for a musician to sing before you begin to sing. Like the prophet Elijah said, "Get me a musician to sing for me." That's in 2 Kings chapter 3, verse 15. And the musician came and began to sing for the prophet. And the prophet began to, prophesy. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him. He began to prophesy. That was a phase in his life. Yeah. But you remember the same prophet had no need of any musician to prophesy to Gehazi. He said, "Gehazi, my mind went out of you when you," that's in chapter 5. In chapter 3, he needed a musician to activate him. He was in his journey into the prophetic office. So though he received the double portion of the spirit of Elijah upon him, these are things people don't know. So they think the moment they've received the calling of a prophet, or to prophesy, or at least they have received an impartation. Prophesy the other day, it was correct. All of us are already in the same class. We're not. The installation phase is the final phase. This is where finally you are installed in the prophetic office and the powers are released. But I'm not talking about powers today. Yes, I'm talking about how to prophesy and how the journey takes you until you get to the place where prophecy is open for you. It becomes your thing, like it's my thing at the time. So I don't wait to prophesy. I prophesy anytime. I don't mean that when you are ready in the prophetic office, you don't need what we call the prophetic code of music before you can prophesy. Yeah, there are some prophecies that you must engage the prophetic code of music. Where music has to be what unlock the atmosphere for me now as a prophet to engage either the prophetic code of the perpendicular or the prophetic code of evaluation, prophetic codes like imagination, prophetic code like distortion, and any other prophetic code. Music may come to play. I don't mean singing. I don't mean worship. These are different things. Music as a prophetic code has to do with striking of chords. Yes. Going off, like hitting the place where you begin to, you are taken to another realm in the prophetic. I think that's enough for you. Tetrachord is what I want to see here. I think that's enough for you. But the thing is, we'll go through 3 phases when we're called to prophesy.